Hi, I'm Bill Jacoby with Comply Pro Plus. I'm here today to talk to you about some upcoming changes regarding the CPSC. I'm a former importer of juvenile baby products, having launched 6 brands into the US market. From there, the last 14 years, had a company called Jacoby Solutions, who has helped companies from startups to Gap Inc. and large companies do standard operating procedures for compliance programs. And 10 years ago, the CPSC started down the path of going towards a digital certificate. As many as you know, currently the certificates that have been in place for children's product certificates and GCCs, they've been in place since 2008, 2010. It's a fairly simple and easy undertaking because you just have to file one certificate. You can put 4 to 5 SKUs on it and you reference the test report, and that item is good for the whole year. What's coming up in 2025 is that the CPSC is going to a digital filing of certificates called e-filing. With e-filing, you're going to be required to file a digital certificate for every product on every shipment with every import. So that means having the data, the start and end date of production, the references to citations that you have for your products that are tested, the reference to the test report number, the lab information. And if you upload into the registry, it's a spreadsheet about 75 fields of information. For those of you in the Amazon world that have not developed their own products, a lot of you aren't used to having know the details of how your product's made. Sometimes compliance requirements you give off to a lab and you just submit the information to Amazon. So you don't really have an understanding of what your products, what exclusions you could possibly have, what regulations that are applied to your products. Probably the most important challenge for e-filing, because everybody will be able to either file either using a laboratory that you use testing, and I'll go into that in a little bit, or you could file in your product registry yourself. But that will entail you filling out 75 fields of information for every one of these items. So the problem then comes into translating current test reports that have different regulations. If many of you noticed, if you get testing from lab A or lab B, that same test report will have a different description of what you tested for. So when you have to translate for e-filing, the government has now made a database for regulations to shorten those items. So lead is 1307, phthalate's 1309. So they've shortened those regulations. So you'll have to translate your test reports into the data necessary to file with each import. The benefits of filing early, the CPSC, we just finished the beta. I'm happy to report I built my system before the government had theirs built, and have been part of the IT e-filing committee for the last 2 years. And the beta ran from last year in December through this June. They've just opened up the beta to extended entry, which will be from September through when the law goes into effect. Currently, the CPSC said that e-filing will come into place sometime in or around 2025. With the current election and where they're at now, I don't see e-filing really coming into play until fourth quarter at the earliest, but most likely first quarter of 2026. So it's important for you to understand there's a lot of misinformation out there because people have been doing certificates so long and having people do them for them. One of the biggest changes and departure that will happen with e-filing will be that you'll have a certificate statement comes up that a company member can't be a contractor. It has to be somebody on the company, the owner or executives, or somebody in the company has to sign an attestation form certifying that all products on the container that you're shipping into the country are compliant. This statement will say under penalty of law, and it will make for penalties and fines for people that bring products in that rig the documentation or don't have current testing. E-filing will be beneficial for companies that are doing the right thing over and over, and it will give you a better visibility to the government. It will result in less items being pulled for inspection because the government won't be able to see what's on that shipment They'll be able to validate your citations, and we'll be able to see ahead of time where things stand. So that will result in less demurrage charges and delays as items are pulled for inspections. So there's a lot of ways to get ready and prepared for e-filing. Probably the biggest way is to understand how your business is going to be affected. Having this exercise, given to someone else as a third party without any effort, you're going to have to prepare and look to see how you change your operations. So whether you file either for the registry or you file via Comply Pro Plus, or some people can file using a laboratory. Using a laboratory may work for you if you just want to file, if you do all that testing at that laboratory. However, the laboratory, you'll still have to provide the information for start date of production, end date of production, tracking codes, and you'll have to manually get that data to give to that provider to file for you. Either way, when you file, I hope to soon show you that Comply Pro Plus is not only a platform for filing for e-filing certificates. Today, we can generate certificates for a whole container right from your purchase order. So we do that by building a protocol of product regulations, and you match your testing to that regulations. And from there, it will automatically take those protocols, match your testing, and automatically fill out your data. There'll be more I can talk about when I show you the demo of Comply Pro Plus.